Hello and welcome to this science lesson. Today we're going to talk about the scientific method. Okay, repeat after me. The scientific method. Okay? If you look at this picture, you can have a clue what this is going to be about. First of all, we need to ask ourselves, what is a scientist? Okay? So what is a scientist? A scientist is someone who investigates things around using the scientific method. Okay, so scientists use the scientific method to investigate. So let's see what is the scientific method. Hmm, let's read. The scientific method are the steps that the scientist follows to conduct research. Okay, let's look at this picture that is going to help us to understand the scientific method. These are the steps that the scientists follow to conduct research. So first, he needs to do this. Second, he needs to do this. Third, he needs to do this. Fourth, he needs to do this. And last, he needs to do this. Okay? So these are the steps, and he needs to follow them in order. Okay? Okay, so now we're gonna look by doing an experiment, we're gonna see what is the scientific method. First of all, I want you to learn these two words, okay, before starting. So the first one is floats, floats. So as you can see in this picture, when something floats, it means that it stays in the surface of the water without drowning, without sinking. It stays in the surface of the water, okay? Very good. And the second word that I want you to learn is the word sinks. Sinks. Very good. So when something sinks, it means that it falls below the surface of the water, okay? As you can see, this is something that sinks. So let's repeat after me. Floats, sinks, floats, sinks. Okay, so let's see the scientific method step by step. So you have to imagine, okay, these steps that we need to follow to conduct research. So this is the scientific method. First of all, we need to ask a question, okay? Very good. Second, we need to make a hypothesis. This means like making a prediction, okay? What will it happen? Very good. Third, we have to conduct the experiment. That's the best part. Fourth, we need to draw conclusions. What have we learned about the experiment that we've just done, okay? And finally, we have to report the results, okay? We have to explain what we've discovered. Very good. So these are the steps we need to follow using the scientific method. We cannot go from step 1 to step 4. We need to go step by step, okay? Following one after the other. Very good, in order. Okay, so let's see. I have these two forks, okay? One is a plastic fork, repeat after me, plastic fork, and this is a metal fork. Plastic fork, metal fork, plastic fork, metal fork, okay? As you can see, they are both forks, but they are made of different materials, okay? This is a plastic fork, and this is a metal fork, okay? Very good. So, first of all, remember that we need to ask a question, okay? And I can use this sentence. I wonder, everybody, I wonder, you make a question. So for example, I wonder what fork will sink and what fork will float. Remember, what fork will sink and what fork will float. Again, what fork will sink and what fork will float. Which one? I don't know. Okay, so step number 2, we need to make a hypothesis. This means like making a prediction. Predict what will it happen. And my prediction is I think that the plastic fork will float and that the metal fork will sink. So that's my prediction. Let's listen to my hypothesis again. So I think that my plastic fork will float and that my metal fork will sink. Okay? So let's see. What is the step number 3? So I've asked the question, I made hypotheses, and now I need to conduct the experiment. That's the best part. Okay, so I've prepared my water here. I'm just gonna hold it, okay? And I'm gonna start by my metal fork. Remember that in my prediction, I said that my metal fork is gonna sink. Let's see what is going to happen. Oh yeah, it sinks. Yes, very good. It sinks. And in my hypothesis, I said that my plastic fork will float. Let's see. Oh, look at that. That's correct. It floats. Look, very good. So now that I finished with my experiment, let's see. So this was my prediction. I predicted that my metal fork was going to sink, and the result is that awesome, it sinks. And I predicted that my plastic fork was going to float, and it floated. So, yep, I made my prediction and I was right. Very good. So, remember that first of all, we wonder which fork was going to sink and which fork was going to float. Then we make our hypothesis and we discovered that the metal fork sinks and the plastic fork floats. So now I can report my results by saying I know that plastic objects float and some metal objects sink. Okay, so now I know that plastic objects float and some metal objects sink. Okay, very good. So what I want you to do now is you can do the same experiment as Miss Martin did. You can use a metal fork and a plastic fork, make your predictions and record your result, okay? And then present your result. Or you can use other objects like a crayon or a paper clip, make your prediction, okay? Hypothesize. And then just conduct the experiment and let's see what happened, okay? Okay, I hope you have fun and please, you can use as many objects as you want, okay? Make your experiments, record what you find out, okay? And upload it in the class dojo. Bye.